There are moments in history, divine intersections, when the voice of God rises above the clamor of the world. This isn't just a time to listen, it's a time to move, and that moment is now. If these words are reaching your ears, it is not by chance. You've been drawn here by divine appointment. A shift is coming, something that will alter the course of life, something that will shake the very foundations of the earth. And the Spirit of the Lord is declaring, watch, prepare, take heed. Before April 7, 2025, you must be ready. Throughout time, God has always marked seasons with warnings. He spoke to Noah before the flood. He instructed Joseph to prepare before the famine. He sent prophets before judgment came upon nations. And now, He is speaking again. Do you feel it? The stirring in your soul? The tension in the air? Many have sensed it. A restlessness, a holy discontent, an urgency without explanation. That is the Spirit of God awakening His chosen. Why now? Because the enemy has intensified his schemes. Darkness is moving swiftly. Battle lines are being drawn. But God never leaves His people in the dark. He is revealing. He is alerting. He is calling His people to awaken. Don't be like those who sleep through the night unaware. Don't be caught off guard when the hour strikes. April 7, 2025 is not just a date on the calendar. It is a spiritual threshold. For some it will be the beginning of breakthrough. For others it may mark the consequence of delay. Where will you stand? Now is the time to seek God like never before, to purify your heart, cleanse your hands, and align yourself with His will. Delay is dangerous. Tomorrow is not promised. Don't say, I'll pray later or I'll pay attention next time. The trumpet is sounding now. For those who heed the call, God will cover you, open doors no man can shut, and position you for what's ahead. But those who ignore it will carry the weight of their own decisions. Hear this. God does not speak in vain. His word comes with purpose, with urgency, and with eternal consequence. He is the Alpha and Omega, the one who declares the end from the beginning. When He speaks, it's to awaken, to prepare, and to act before the appointed time. Throughout Scripture, we see this pattern. God never sends judgment without first releasing a warning. He warned Noah. He sent angels to Lot. He called prophets to cry out, repent, the time is near. And now He is doing the same. This isn't just another message. This is a divine turning point, a spiritual pivot, a moment where heaven meets earth. The shaking has already begun, both in the natural and the spiritual. Those attuned to the Spirit have felt it, the urgency, the call to draw closer. Some will ignore it, some will scoff, some will say, I've heard this before. But remember, the flood didn't wait for Noah's generation to believe. Fire didn't pause for Sodom's repentance. Divine appointments are not delayed for human comfort. This warning is not to instill fear, it is to offer mercy. God desires to protect, to shelter, to guide. But He won't force you. He won't drag you into the ark. He won't snatch you from the flames. He calls, He waits. But He does not wait forever. This is the moment to lay aside every distraction, every sin, every weight that holds you back. This is the hour to pray, to listen, to obey. The warning is not just for the world, it's for you. Make ready, move, do not delay. The days ahead will unveil much. For some it will be divine promotion, for others loss. The difference will be in who prepared and who didn't. The choice is in your hands. God does not move randomly. He moves by divine order, appointed times, prophetic seasons. Every major shift in history happened at His command. The flood, the Exodus, the birth and resurrection of Christ, none were coincidences. So, could this be one of those moments? Could we be standing at the brink of something so powerful it will shift destinies and shake nations? The signs are all around us. Jesus himself said there would be signs in the heavens and on the earth. He chastised those who could read the weather but missed the times they were living in. Let us not make the same mistake. Everything is being shaken: foundations, institutions, relationships, comforts. But this is not destruction. It is preparation. It is a divine shaking to strip away what doesn't belong and make room for what's coming. In every season of revival, the shaking comes first. It happened in Noah's day, it happened in Egypt, it happened at the cross, and now once again God is shaking the earth. Do not fear this shaking. Embrace it. It is a sign that God is near. He is removing idols, breaking down false securities, stripping away anything that's not rooted in Him. Why? To awaken His people, to rekindle passion, to restore focus. Many are asking, why is this happening to me? But the real question is, what is God trying to reveal through this? The shaking comes before the outpouring. The breaking comes before the blessing. Don't hold on to the old. Let go. Step into what God is doing now. Because those who cling to yesterday will miss the doors being opened today. You are not here by accident. You are not hearing this by coincidence. Heaven is calling. The final call has gone out. The time is short and the decision is yours. Will you answer? Those who do will walk in divine favor, supernatural protection, and kingdom purpose. You have been chosen, you have been appointed, but now you must respond. Step forward in faith. The shaking is here, the awakening has begun, and the chosen ones must arise. There are many who have felt it but could not explain it. A restlessness in the spirit, a discontent with the ordinary, a stirring that keeps them awake at night and pulls at their heart during the day. They cannot go back to life as it was because something within them knows it is time to move. This is not anxiety, it is not fear, it is the call of the Spirit, the holy alarm sounding within the hearts of those God has marked for this hour. And still, even now, there are some who hesitate. They wonder, is this truly the voice of God? They wait for confirmation, for a sign, for an answer that fits within their comfort zone. But God is not calling you to comfort. He is calling you to obedience. He is not calling you to convenience. He is calling you to consecration. Those who belong to Him must walk by faith, not by sight. And faith requires movement before manifestation, trust before clarity, surrender before reward. This is why many will miss it, not because God did not speak, but because they did not respond. Delay is dangerous. Hesitation is costly. In the realm of the Spirit, obedience is not optional, it is essential. When God says move, there is grace attached to that moment. When He says prepare, there is provision already waiting. But if you wait too long, if you linger at the edge of indecision, the window will close, and what should have been a moment of breakthrough will become a season of regret. There is a reason why spiritual urgency is stirring in the hearts of the remnant. It is not hype, it is not human emotion. It is heaven releasing the alarm for those who will listen. Many are being positioned right now, not through outward elevation, but through inner transformation. The pruning, the pressure, the silence, it has all been preparation. You were not being punished. You were being positioned. You were being refined for what cannot be carried by flesh. This next move of God will not be birthed through human strength, but through surrendered vessels. The spotlight is shifting. The stage is being cleared of the performers, and God is raising up those who have been hidden in the secret place. They may not have platforms. They may not have titles, but they have fire, they have oil, they have obedience. And when the time comes, they will not need to announce themselves. The Spirit of God will confirm them. God is not looking for the loudest voice. He is looking for the purest heart. He is not impressed by public performance. He is moved by private obedience. Many have labored in silence. They have walked through seasons of testing, of isolation, of loss. And though the world did not see them, heaven did. Their tears were not wasted. Their sacrifices were not overlooked. Their yes was not forgotten. In due time, what was sown in the dark will bear fruit in the light. We are standing at the brink of divine distinction. God is separating, He is dividing light from darkness, holy from profane, consecrated from compromised. This separation is not cruelty, it is protection. He is pulling His people out of the noise, out of the crowd, out of the familiar, because He desires to reveal His glory through them. But He cannot pour fresh oil into vessels that are contaminated with mixture. He is calling for purity. He is calling for total surrender. And yes, it will cost something. Obedience always costs. You may have to leave places that once felt like home. You may have to walk away from connections that no longer carry the Spirit. You may have to say no to opportunities that appeal to the flesh but would compromise your call. But hear this, whatever you leave for God, He will restore with greater. Whatever you sacrifice in obedience, He will honor in due season. For He is not unjust. He remembers those who trust Him. There are divine alignments being orchestrated even now. Heaven is connecting people by assignment, not by popularity. Kingdom partnerships are being birthed. Ministries, movements, mandates that were ordained before the foundation of the world. And many of these will not look like what we've seen before. They will break the mold. They will disrupt tradition. They will offend the religious spirit, because what God is doing cannot be contained by old wineskins. Some of you have been trying to fit into spaces God never assigned to you. You've been shrinking to be accepted, silencing your voice to keep the peace, hiding your fire to stay comfortable. But no more. The Spirit of God is saying, come out, come up, come forth. You were not created to blend in. You were not designed to live beneath your calling. You were chosen for such a time as this, not to survive, but to shift atmospheres. Not to impress, but to impact. This is why the warfare has been so intense. The enemy fears what you carry. He knows what's on the other side of your obedience. He cannot stop what God has ordained, but he can try to distract you, discourage you, delay you. He fills your mind with fear. He fills your days with chaos. He tempts you with shortcuts that will rob you of true authority. But the weapons may form, they will not prosper. You were born for this, anointed for this, prepared for this. You must stop waiting for external validation. Stop waiting for people to understand your call. They weren't there when God spoke to you in the quiet place. They didn't see the battles you had to fight just to stay standing. And they will not determine your destiny. God does. And when God calls you, you don't need the permission of men. You need faith. You need obedience. You need focus. Because what's ahead will require you to move with boldness, even when the path is unfamiliar. There is no more time for double-mindedness, no more time for lukewarm living, no more time for partial obedience. God is calling for a consecrated people, a holy priesthood, set apart for His purposes. And those who respond will carry a weight of glory that cannot be manufactured. They will speak with authority that comes not from charisma, but from communion. They will walk in power because they have walked through the fire and come out refined. Many of you have been hidden, but that hiding was holy. It was sacred. It was where God stripped away the noise and taught you to hear His voice. It was where He broke your pride and filled you with His Spirit. And now, as the hour approaches, He is saying, come forth, not in your own strength, but in mine. Not in your own name, but in mine. Because what I have placed in you is for such a time as this. You do not need to strive, you need to surrender. You do not need to prove yourself, you need to position yourself. For what is about to be released will not be earned, it will be entrusted. And God is not looking for perfection, He is looking for availability. A willing heart, a surrendered vessel, one who will say, here I am, Lord, send me. The earth is groaning, creation is crying out, the signs are everywhere, wars, rumors of war, shaking in governments, division in nations. But in the midst of the chaos, God is moving. He is setting apart His people. And while the world may panic, the remnant will rise. They will not be shaken, they will not be moved. because they are rooted in the unshakable kingdom. This is your moment. You've felt it building, you've sensed the urgency, you've seen the signs, the door is open, the trumpet has sounded, heaven is watching, the Spirit is stirring, the time is now. Will you answer? Will you obey? Will you let go of the old wineskin? Will you trust God even when the road ahead is unfamiliar? This is not the time to shrink back. This is not the time to second-guess the voice of the Lord. This is the moment to step into everything you were created for, to rise, to shine, to move in the authority that has been prepared for you. The call has gone forth not to the crowds, but to the consecrated, not to the comfortable, but to the courageous, the ones who will not bow to the culture, the ones who will not compromise for convenience, the ones who have been tried in the fire and come out with oil. And to you, beloved, I say, you are that one. You are the one God has chosen. You are the one He has been preparing. You are the one the enemy has tried to silence, to discourage, to destroy, because he saw what you could not yet see. But the time of hiding is over. The time of fear is over. The time of delay is over. Now is the time to walk in your calling. Now is the time to break free from every weight, every lie, every chain that has tried to hold you back. Now is the time to lift your eyes to heaven, fix your gaze on the one who called you and say, not my will, but yours be done. Because what God is about to do through you will not be small. It will not be ordinary. It will not be explainable in human terms. It will be divine, supernatural, eternal. The hour is short. The window is narrow. But for those who are ready, for those who will rise, respond, and run into the call, the glory of God will be revealed like never before. You've asked for confirmation, but the confirmation has already been given. It is in the stirring you cannot shake. It is in the doors that have closed and the ones that have not yet opened. It is in the divine discomfort, the holy discontent, the sense that something is shifting beneath your feet. You do not need another sign. You need to move with what you already know. You need to trust the voice that has been whispering to you in the stillness, in the silence, in the sacred spaces that no one else sees. There is a fire being reignited. For too long, many have settled for sparks when they were called to burn. They've grown used to flickers instead of flames. But the Lord is saying, I am rekindling the fire. Not a fire of hype or performance, but a fire of purity. A fire that consumes compromise. A fire that drives out apathy. A fire that fuels the remnant to move with holy passion, to walk in righteous boldness, to speak the truth even when it costs them everything. This is not the hour to blend in. The world does not need more imitation, it needs consecration. It needs distinction. It needs those who have been in the presence of the King and carry his scent. It needs those who have not bowed to Baal, who have not drunk from the wells of cultural compromise, who are willing to stand when others kneel and to kneel when others mock. This is the call, to come out from among them and be separate, not to be arrogant, but to be holy, not to be prideful, but to be filled. There is a rising coming, not of those with influence in the world's systems, but of those with authority in the Spirit. These will not need applause, they will not need platforms, they will not need the validation of man, because heaven has already approved them. They have been trained in the wilderness. They have been refined in the furnace. They have been prepared in the place of anonymity. And now they will emerge, not with noise, but with fire, not with fanfare, but with fruit. You have felt alone, but you are not alone. The enemy has whispered that you were abandoned, that you were forgotten, but he is a liar. What looked like isolation was divine insulation. God was keeping you hidden, not because you were unworthy, but because you were not yet ready. Not because he had forgotten, but because he was forming. And now the preparation is complete. The time is upon you. The stage of obscurity is giving way to the season of fulfillment. The hour demands a people who are fully yielded, not half-hearted, not lukewarm, not 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It requires those who will say yes when it's costly, yes when it's inconvenient, Yes, when it makes no sense to the natural mind. Heaven is not looking for the most talented, the most educated, or the most polished. It is looking for the most surrendered. God uses the broken, the humble, the overlooked. He anoints the ones others rejected. He crowns the ones who bowed in the secret place. If you have been through the crushing, understand this. The crushing was for the oil. The breaking was for the blessing. The pressure was for the preparation. You are not being punished, you are being trusted. God does not waste pain, He uses it. He shapes you with it. He strengthens you through it. Every tear was counted. Every battle was seen. Every moment of surrender is now bearing eternal weight. What you thought would destroy you was actually shaping the mantle you now carry. And still the Spirit says, come deeper. There is more. There is always more. Not more striving, not more performing, but more surrender, more presence, more alignment. This is not the time to coast. It is not the time to be casual. It is time to return to the altar, to rebuild what has been neglected, to fan into flame the gift of God, to eat between the porch and the altar, to cry out not for blessings, but for His presence, to say once again, create in me a clean heart, O God, renew a right spirit within me. There are things you once tolerated that you can no longer excuse, things that once seemed small but now carry too much weight. The Spirit is shining light in the hidden places, not to shame you but to free you. He is calling for clean hands and pure hearts, not perfection but purity, not performance but repentance. There is a cry rising from heaven for the people of God to return to the secret place, to the first love, to the fear of the Lord. For too long the church has been asleep, entertained by shadows, lulled into complacency by comfort and compromise. But the alarm is sounding, and those who have ears to hear must respond. The shaking is not to destroy, it is to wake up those who have slumbered under the weight of distraction. It is the mercy of God to allow the foundations of the familiar to tremble, so that what cannot be shaken may remain. He is removing what is built on sand so that only what is rooted in Him will stand. Do not mourn what God is removing. Do not cling to what He is shaking loose. Let go of what once served you, but no longer sustains you. Let go of what was good for a season, but is now hindering your obedience. The new cannot come while your hands are full of the old. He is requiring a deeper yes now, a yes that costs more than before, a yes that may isolate you, a yes that may separate you, a yes that will align you with divine appointments and pull you away from what is familiar. The price of obedience is rising, but so is the glory. This is not the season for shallow waters. The Spirit is calling you into the deep, into the mystery, into the places where flesh cannot follow. You must leave the safety of the shore to walk on what others drown in. You must fix your eyes not on what is seen, but on the one who calls you forward. This is not the time to be swayed by emotion or led by opinion. This is the time to be anchored in the truth. The storms will come, the winds will blow, but those who are rooted in the Word and grounded in intimacy will not be moved. The Lord is fortifying His people. He is strengthening their resolve. He is releasing discernment, not natural wisdom, but spiritual sight to see beyond the surface. For many will be deceived in this hour, swayed by flattering words and false peace. But those who dwell in the secret place will not be misled. They will walk in clarity when others are confused. They will stand in peace when others are in panic. You are not being called to react, you are being called to respond, to move not by impulse but by instruction, to move not in fear but in faith. The Lord is speaking clearly to those who have postured themselves to listen. He is not silent, He is selective. He is not distant, He is drawing close to the ones who draw near. And what He reveals in the quiet must not be delayed in the light. The time between revelation and obedience must shorten. The delays that once were tolerated are no longer permissible. Every instruction matters. Every step is significant. There are doors that will only open through obedience. There are keys that only respond to faith. You cannot fast your way around what only obedience will unlock. You cannot pray your way out of what only surrender will solve. This is the hour for action, not impulsive action, but precise alignment. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. Half steps will not suffice. God is not interested in part of your heart, He wants it all. And when you give Him your all, He will show you His glory. There are promises that have been delayed, not because God changed His mind, but because you paused when He said go. There are dreams that remain dormant, not because the enemy stole them, but because fear kept you from moving forward. But even now the mercy of God is reaching. Even now the invitation is being extended again. He has not changed His plan. He has not withdrawn His word. The door is not yet closed, but it will not stay open forever. There is still time to obey, still time to align, still time to move. But you must act, you must choose, you must surrender fully. There is a cost to delay. There is a weight to hesitation. For some, the window will not come again in the same way. Divine appointments do not wait for convenience. Destiny is not shaped around comfort. God's plan does not bend to the rhythms of fear or flesh. He is moving, and if you do not move with Him, you will be left watching from a distance what you were meant to walk in. You will witness what you were called to release, and that grief will be heavier than any sacrifice obedience ever asked of you. The fire is falling, but it will only rest on the altar. If there is no altar, there will be no fire. If there is no sacrifice, there will be no presence. The Lord is looking for places to rest. He is seeking hearts that are wholly His, not those who want Him only when it benefits them, but those who will love Him in the secret, follow Him in the silence, and obey Him even when the reward is not immediate. He is searching for those who will build an altar, not for blessing, but for worship, who will say, I am the offering, I am the sacrifice, I withhold nothing. It is in this posture that glory descends. It is from this place that authority flows, not borrowed authority from someone else's encounter, but real authority, born from the crushing, the pressing, and the yes that no one else saw. Heaven responds to yielded vessels, and in this hour, heaven is responding. The remnant is rising. The chosen are awakening. The sound of surrender is rising from the earth, and it is shaking the gates of hell. It is shifting the atmosphere. It is making way for what eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. The old order is passing away. The religious systems are crumbling. The empires built by pride are collapsing. But what is being born in this moment is not man-made, it is not political, it is not denominational. It is the kingdom, it is the unshakable rule of God taking root in surrendered hearts. It is the rising of a generation that will not compromise, that will not bow, that will not retreat. A generation that walks in power because they have walked in the fire, that carries glory because they have chosen the narrow road. You are part of that generation. You are the answer to someone's cry. You are the voice in the wilderness. You are the one who carries what this world desperately needs. But it must be awakened. It must be stirred. It must be released. And it cannot be released while you are entangled in lesser things. You must come out from the clutter. You must break free from the cycles. You must step beyond the borders of what feels safe. God is not calling you to live a safe life. He is calling you to live a surrendered one. And in your surrender there will be power, not the power of prestige or position, but the power to heal, to deliver, to shift atmospheres, to confront darkness and carry light. This is not about building a platform. It is about advancing the kingdom. It is not about gathering fans. It is about making disciples. The mandate is not to be seen, it is to be sent. The harvest is ready, the field is ripe, and the laborers must rise. You've been trained in obscurity for such a time as this. The hidden seasons were not wasted. The wilderness was your training ground. The breaking was your preparation. And now the Lord is saying, come forth, step out. Do not shrink back, do not delay. What you carry is needed. What He has placed in you was for this hour. You were born for now. You were called for now. Everything has led to this moment. Every yes, every no, every battle, every breakthrough. This is your appointed time. The threshold is before you. The heavens are open and the call is clear. Yield fully. Move quickly. Obey completely. And more is yet to come. Let me know if you'd like this compiled into a single formatted document or extended even further. You're just under 3,000 words now. Across the full message so far, I can keep going to finish the final stretch or shape it for delivery. Whatever you need. So now, beloved, the time of decision is upon you. The weight of this moment cannot be overstated. Heaven has spoken. The trumpet has sounded. The Spirit has stirred. And now the question remains, not whether God will move, but whether you will move with Him. Not whether the shaking will continue, but whether you will be found unshaken. Not whether the door is open, but whether you will walk through it. You are not hearing this by chance. You are not standing at this crossroads by accident. The hand of God has brought you here, and the eyes of heaven are watching for your response. What you do now matters. How you respond in this hour matters. For eternity is being written in these small trembling moments of obedience. The call has gone forth, not to the many, but to the willing, not to the crowds, but to the committed. And if you say yes, if you surrender, if you obey, if you move when He says move, then you will see the hand of God do what no man can do. You will walk in power. You will move in purpose. You will be hidden in His protection, and you will be positioned for such a time as this. Do not delay, do not hesitate, do not look back. The past is over, the old is gone. What lies ahead is holy ground, and it has been prepared for those who will say yes without conditions. The time is now, the moment is here, and the voice of the Lord is calling. Will you answer? Then arise, step forward, move in faith, obey with courage, and watch as the fullness of God's purpose unfolds before your very eyes. You were born for this. The shaking is here, the awakening has begun, and the chosen must arise. God said, prepare for the final plan. And in that moment, He was not calling you to strain or to struggle, but to awaken. He was not calling you to build with the hands of the flesh, but to rise in consciousness. The final plan is not out there, it is within. It is the divine blueprint you carry in the silence of your soul, waiting for you to believe it into being. All that you see now, the seeming delays, the chaos, the noise, is but shadow play. The truth lies beyond appearances. You must remember that the world reflects. It does not create. The world echoes the song you sing in the secret place. Prepare, not by packing bags or chasing signs, but by assuming the state of fulfillment. Feel now what you have been promised. Rest in the knowing that if God said it, it is already done. Your imagination is not idle, it is not fantasy. It is the holy place. It is the creative power of God in you. You were told to prepare because the harvest is coming, and you must be found in alignment with what you have asked for. The final plan is not a change of circumstance, it is a change of awareness. It is the shift from hoping to knowing, from waiting to becoming. You do not beg for what you already own. You do not knock where you have been given keys. If God said prepare, then it means you are already chosen. It means the door is already open. But can you walk through it in faith before you see it in form? Can you celebrate before the music plays? That is the kind of preparation He means. What you dare to believe now, what you dare to accept as real in the silence, becomes the structure of your tomorrow. So do not look to man. Do not measure by what the senses report. Measure only by what God whispered to your spirit. That is your map. That is your compass. Hold to it with sacred stubbornness. Every delay was training. Every closed door was redirection. Every silence was an answer dressed in mystery. And now the plan is set. All that remains is for you to rise in consciousness, to assume the identity of the one who has already received. Not later, not someday, now. Prepare, not as one who fears, but as one who knows. You are not trying to make it happen, you are preparing to receive what is already yours. because in the eternal now, it is finished. God said, prepare for the final plan. And this preparation is not one of haste or anxiety, but of sacred alignment. It is the quiet but powerful shift from man's timeline to divine timing. It is the yielding of the outer self to the inner authority. For what is the final plan but the full unveiling of what has always been planted within you? It is not coming to you, it is coming from you. You were never left out of the design. You were written into it before time wore its first hour. There is a memory in your soul that has not faded. There is a divine spark within you, pulsing with instruction, and it has never gone dim. When God said, prepare, He was not speaking to your hands or your calendar. He was speaking to your inner temple, the Holy of Holies within you, where truth is not debated, it is known. Many hear the word final and fear creeps in, but this is not an end. This is fulfillment. This is the moment the seed becomes the tree, the moment the dream steps into skin. What you have been walking towards, stumbling toward, praying toward, is already completed in the invisible. You are simply being instructed to walk in agreement with it. You are not manifesting it as if it were far away. You are revealing it by stepping into its likeness. You have looked outside yourself for signs, for confirmations, for proof. But God did not plant the truth in the sky. He did not hide it in a book. He placed it in your own being and clothed you in the garment of your desires. He gave you imagination as the womb of your becoming. The world teaches you to wait and see. But the Spirit says, believe and become. Prepare your mind to receive what it has not yet seen. Prepare your heart to hold what eyes have not yet confirmed. This is not fantasy, this is faith. And faith is not hoping, it is knowing before showing. It is the invisible law by which all things visible are born. If you look around and see contradiction, do not bow to it. Do not shrink your vision to match your environment. Expand your environment to match your vision. Preparation in the Spirit looks like assumption. It looks like living from the end, walking as the one who has already received, thinking as the one who already is. When you rise in consciousness, everything below must follow. Your world cannot help but rearrange itself to match the frequency of your inner conviction. The outer must yield to the inner, because the inner is first cause. This is the final plan, to awaken as who you truly are, to stop begging and start being, to stop knocking and start entering. You prepare not by proving your worth, but by accepting your inheritance. The kingdom is not earned, it is remembered. You came from it. You carry its signature. And now, in this appointed moment, you are being called to rise as its evidence. All that is not aligned must fall away. Do not fear the falling, do not mourn what leaves. Every shaking is mercy. Every removal is divine order. You are not losing anything, you are making room. You are clearing space for the greater that is pressing to be born through you. Obedience is not a punishment, it is positioning. And when you yield, you will realize it was always love leading you. Look not to circumstance. Circumstance is the echo, not the origin. What you see around you is yesterday's belief dressed in today's disguise. If you want to change what you see, you must first change what you know. Let no evidence contradict what God has spoken. Let no delay make you doubt the appointed hour. Time is not your master, it is your servant. And when your inner conviction is firm, time must obey. The final plan is not rushed. It unfolds with precision, with harmony, with inevitability. But it does not move on man's permission. It moves when you align. You do not need more signs. You do not need another word. You need only to believe that what was spoken is true. And belief is not passive. Belief is creative. Belief is formative. It builds the structure that the promise will inhabit. You are not here to watch life happen. You are here to declare it, to speak it into form, to walk it out as a living epistle. You are the proof of the unseen, the evidence of things hoped for, the vessel through which heaven touches earth. You do not need to strive for position when you understand you are the position. You are the place where the divine plan unfolds. So rise now, not outwardly but inwardly. Rise in thought, rise in self-concept. Rise in the image you hold of yourself, because God's plan does not fit the old you. It does not dwell in the garments of limitation. You must put on the new self, the true self, the one made in the image of what you've been promised. Do not call this delusion. This is the divine technology of faith. This is the original design. Speak now as though it is already done. Think now as though it has already manifested. Prepare your table in the presence of contradiction. Dress for the occasion you haven't yet seen, because the one who prepares is the one who believes, and the one who believes becomes. God said prepare, and that word was not empty. It carries with it the full force of completion. He would not call you to prepare if there was nothing to receive. He would not wake you up if the hour were not near. And he does not speak to entertain, he speaks to ignite. You are being summoned into action, but not the action of effort, the action of alignment, the action of remembrance. Remember who you are, remember what you carry, remember what was shown to you in the secret place, the dream you saw when no one else was watching. That was not vanity, that was prophecy, that was instruction. And now it knocks again, asking if you're ready to live it. Not talk about it, not wish for it, be it. The final plan will not ask your permission to manifest, it only asks for your agreement. You are the gate, you are the bridge. If you shut the gate with doubt, fear, or delay, it cannot pass. But if you open it with faith, with conviction, with a yes that echoes through your being, nothing can stop it. No man, no rule, no resistance can close a door God has already opened in you. Do not ask how. How is the language of the old mind? How is the distraction of the logic bound? You are being called into the realm where how does not matter. In this place, assumption is the only currency. You assume the end, and the end assumes you. You wear the vision until the vision wears you. Let the world say you are foolish. Let them call you unrealistic. It is not their vision. It was not spoken to them. It was whispered into you. It was sealed into your bones, and you owe no one proof, only obedience. You will not argue your way into fulfillment. You will embody your way there. And when it arrives, it will not be a surprise. It will feel like recognition. It will feel like coming home. The call to prepare is the call to trust. To stand in the tension between seen and unseen and not flinch. To anchor yourself in the word even when the wind howls otherwise. This is not denial, it is dominion. It is not pretending, it is prophesying. You speak it as true because it is true, even before it becomes visible. So when the world says, show me, you say, watch me. When the old thoughts try to return, you remind them that you have moved. You no longer live in the house of waiting, you live in the house of becoming. You are not waiting on permission, you are walking in promise. This is the plan, that you awaken to what has already been given, that you realize you were never separate, never left behind, never forgotten. You were always part of the design. But designs must be activated, patterns must be followed, blueprints must be built upon. And you build not with hands, but with vision, with belief, with speech, with being. Speak the end, live the end, trust the end, because in God the end is not after the beginning, it is the beginning. It is finished, it is done. All that remains is for you to align, to embody, to declare, to become. The final plan does not begin when circumstances are ready. It begins when you are. The final plan does not begin when everything looks perfect, when the winds are calm and the sky is clear. It begins in the middle of contradiction. It begins in the furnace. It begins when there is no evidence except the whisper you carry, no light except the flame within. That is where power is born. That is where the word becomes flesh, not through ease but through certainty. The one who knows does not wait for confirmation. They walk forward as if the answer were already in hand, because in the Spirit it is. When God said, prepare, He spoke not to your doubt, but to your destiny. He spoke not to your fears, but to your fulfillment. That word was an activation, a code unlocking what had long been dormant. And now the time has come, the hour is ripe. But will you rise to meet it? Will you become the one who is ready? Not externally. To prepare is to surrender your old image. You cannot walk into the final plan wearing yesterday's garment. You cannot possess the promise while clinging to the identity of lack. Who you were in the waiting cannot be who you are in the receiving. You must shed the skin of your former self. You must speak differently, think differently, carry yourself with the posture of one who lacks nothing. The one who knows the promise is real does not negotiate with fear. They do not need reassurance from people who were never called to their vision. They do not explain themselves to doubters. They go forward in silence, in stillness, in divine confidence. They trust the vibration within more than the noise without. God did not choose you because of perfection. He chose you because you carry the exact pattern for what must now be birthed. There are assignments in this earth that can only be completed through you, not because you are more qualified in the eyes of the world, but because your soul was formed to carry them, and now the final plan is calling you to step into that blueprint, not just with words, but with being. Do not be discouraged by what has not yet appeared. Delay is not denial, delay is preparation, delay is alignment, and sometimes delay is grace, because the promise must be born through you, not just to you. You must be able to sustain it, carry it, reflect it, and that requires inner mastery. That requires the discipline of vision. That requires the ability to see beyond the veil and speak as though nothing is missing. You have asked, when will it happen? But that is not the question. The question is, am I in agreement with what has already happened in the Spirit? Because all that exists in time is a projection of what is already complete in eternity. You do not wait for it to be created, it already is. You are being trained to match the frequency of what God has already finished. To prepare is to become a match, not for what you want, but for what you are. And you are the answer. You are the fulfillment. You are the vessel God prepared for this hour. But you cannot carry the new if your hands are full of the old. You must lay down the belief in separation. You must lay down the doubt that says you are not ready, not worthy, not enough. Those thoughts are not truth. They are residue from a former dimension. They are echoes of a mind not yet renewed. This is the hour to rise, not with noise, not with struggle, but with certainty, with stillness that moves mountains, with words that do not beg but decree. You have crossed the line of waiting. Now you enter into being. Now you step into the identity of the fulfilled. You no longer ask for the promise, you answer it. You no longer chase the vision, you embody it. Let the old thoughts come if they must. Let them knock, let them whisper, but do not let them stay. You are not required to entertain every idea that crosses your mind. You have the power to choose. And now you must choose to believe only what aligns with the promise. You must choose to see only the end. You must choose to feel only what is true in God. And truth is not always what you see. It is what you know in your spirit. The plan was never uncertain. It was never fragile. What God speaks cannot be broken. What God ordains cannot be overturned. The only question now is whether you will walk as the version of you who agrees with it. You do not need to be perfect. You need only be present in faith. You need only to stay in the state of the promise, to dwell in it, to rehearse it, to feast upon it in your imagination until it becomes the only thing you see, even with your eyes closed. This is how you prepare, by becoming one with the end, by treating the invisible as real, by waking up each day and putting on the feeling of done. Not hoping, not doubting, just being, just knowing, just moving through life as if the thing has already occurred, because it has. It is not arrogance, it is not delusion, it is agreement with God. It is oneness with the Word. It is understanding that creation is finished and that your role is not to make it happen but to receive what is. And to receive, you must first believe, not casually, not occasionally, but continually. Faith is not something you visit, it is a place you live. If others do not understand, bless them and continue. If circumstances do not change immediately, hold your ground. If thoughts arise to contradict the promise, silence them with your agreement to truth. You do not need to fight the darkness, you only need to turn on the light. The more you dwell in the promise, the more all that is not aligned must fall away. And yes, some things will fall, some people may leave, some places may no longer feel like home, but this is not loss, it is elevation. It is pruning for fruitfulness. It is the reordering of your environment to match your inner world. You cannot bring the new into a structure built for the old. You must let the foundations shift. You must allow the rearranging, the refinement, the sacred discontent that leads to divine realignment. There's nothing missing, nothing broken. You have everything required for this moment. The preparation is not about adding, but about uncovering. It is about stripping away what was never yours to begin with. The opinions, the fear, the limitation. They were never part of your divine makeup. They were illusions, and now they are being exposed so they can be removed. Let them go. Let them fall. Let the truth rise in their place. You are not the caterpillar wondering when it will fly. You are the butterfly awakening to its wings. You are not the dreamer waiting for permission. You are the dream made flesh. You are the evidence of God's thought expressed in form. And now, in this hour, you are being summoned to reflect that truth without apology. There is no turning back. There is no shrinking down. The time of waiting is over. The moment of manifestation is here. And you must prepare not as one who hopes, but as one who knows. Not as one who is trying, but as one who is. You must walk as the fulfillment before the fulfillment walks into view. Let your thoughts be pure, let your words be precise, let your inner atmosphere be so saturated with truth that nothing false can remain. You are not at the mercy of circumstance, you are the creator of it. You are not waiting for conditions, you are commanding them. And your command is not noise, it is vibration, it is identity, it is divine authority spoken in silence. But God said, prepare for the final plan. That is not a suggestion, that is a divine instruction. And it was not given lightly, it was given because you are ready. Ready to shed what has expired, ready to wear the garment of the promise, ready to embody the frequency of fulfillment, ready to be the proof that the word never fails. You are not just preparing for a moment, you are preparing to become the moment, to be the sign others have waited for, to walk as the evidence that faith is not fantasy, but the very architecture of reality. And as you prepare, all things begin to move. The earth rearranges, the atmosphere shifts, doors open, resources appear, not because you chased them, but because you became the version of yourself that they have always been assigned to. So continue, silently, powerfully, certainly. Hold the vision until it holds you. Speak the word until it becomes your language. Think the truth until it becomes your nature. And know with every breath that the final plan is not coming, it has already begun in you. You are not waiting for the world to catch up with the promise. The world is waiting for you to realize it. It is waiting for your yes, not with your lips, but with your life. The plan has never been delayed. It has never been lost. It has only been waiting for your agreement, your embodiment, your decision to stop living as one who is becoming and to start living as one who already is. Because you are. You are not on the way, you are the way. You are not looking for the answer, you are the dwelling place of the answer. God said, prepare, and when that word came, it carried everything you would need. It held the wisdom, the provision, the timing, the strategy. It did not come to tease you. It did not come to test you. It came to remind you that the divine in you has not forgotten, that there is a current pulling you into alignment, a sacred momentum guiding you through what seems uncertain, but is already established in the invisible. This is not about striving. This is not about exhausting yourself trying to be more. This is about resting in the truth of who you already are. What is for you is not earned, it is claimed. And you claim it by dwelling in the state of already. You speak, think, act, and respond as though the thing were already done. Because in the unseen realm, it is. The world will try to tempt you back into waiting. It will whisper, "Not yet. You're not ready. Something is missing." But the world does not know what God planted in you. It cannot see the blueprint. It does not hear the voice. You are not here to conform to the noise. You are here to rise in quiet power. You are here to reveal what cannot be seen by natural eyes. You prepare not by fixing yourself, but by forgetting who you were told to be and remembering who you truly are. The one who was spoken over before birth, the one who walked with God in silence long before the crowd ever saw you. You are not defined by what has happened to you. You are not confined by the roles others assigned you. You are shaped by the divine word spoken over your life. And now it is time to agree with that word, not just in moments of inspiration, but in every breath. This preparation is sacred. It is a posture of heart, it is a setting of mind, it is a new way of seeing, not through the lens of limitation, but through the eyes of fulfillment. You are not preparing as a beggar hoping for crumbs. You are preparing as royalty returning to the throne. You are making space for glory to inhabit the shell of your daily life, and everything that no longer serves the vision must be released without fear. Release what you used to cling to. Release the need to prove. Release the timelines you created out of panic. Release the ideas of how it should happen. Those were never part of the final plan. Those were weights tied to your ankles. Let them fall. Let them sink. They cannot go where you are going. Your steps now must be deliberate. Your speech must be intentional. You are no longer trying to convince anyone of your path. You are walking it. You are no longer trying to explain the vision. You are living it. And in doing so, you become the message. You become the prophecy fulfilled. The final plan is not about escaping this world. It is about revealing heaven through it, through you. Everything you need is already within reach because it is within you. The plan is not out there waiting to be found. It is unfolding in your awareness. Each time you say yes to the vision, each time you feel the end before it arrives, each time you refuse to bow to doubt, you step deeper into the reality of what God has spoken. You are shaping reality by the agreement of your spirit. You must treat your inner world as sacred ground. Guard it, nurture it, speak to it with care, because it is the soil of manifestation. You cannot plant the seed of truth and water it with fear. You cannot speak life one day and death the next and expect fruit. Let your inner atmosphere remain stable even when the outer world is not. Let your mind be set not flexible to fear, not yielding to the noise, but fixed on what is unseen and eternal. When the winds blow, remember who you are. When nothing looks like the promise, remember who spoke it. You were not given this word by man. It did not originate in the opinions of others. It was given to you in the secret place. And it is being fulfilled, not because of your striving, but because of your alignment. The final plan requires the real you, not the version you curated to be accepted, not the mask you wore to survive, but the pure, authentic self that God knew before time. That self carries the frequency of fulfillment. That self cannot be stopped. That self does not fear the unknown, because the unknown is not a threat. It is simply what has not yet been revealed. You were never meant to walk this out through logic alone. Reason has its place, but it cannot touch the realm of vision. The mind must follow the spirit, not the other way around. If you try to reason your way into the final plan, you will stay stuck in cycles. But when you feel your way in, when you enter through the doorway of faith, you step into a new dimension where time bends, doors open, and all things align. Prepare your thoughts, for they are the architects of your tomorrow. Prepare your words, for they build the house you will live in. Prepare your responses, for they declare what you truly believe. Every moment is a declaration. Every decision is agreement. And you must agree with destiny, not delay. You must agree with completion, not confusion. You must agree with the plan, not the pressure. Even now, as you listen, something within you stirs. Not excitement alone, but remembrance. A deep knowing that you are not preparing for something new, you are returning to something eternal. The plan was never about doing more, it was about becoming more aware, more present, more aligned. And in that awareness, everything changes. So do not ask, when will it happen? The question has changed. Now you ask, how deeply can I dwell in the feeling of it already being done? And the deeper you dwell, the faster it comes. Not because God was withholding it, but because you were learning how to hold it. This plan will not look like what you expected. It will exceed your understanding. It will interrupt your logic. It will stretch your capacity. But it will also settle you in a way that nothing else ever has, because it is yours, because it was written with your name etched into its very framework. You were not chosen randomly. You were chosen specifically. Because there is something about the way you believe, you see, you move, that makes heaven want to reveal itself through your life. You are not too late. You have not missed it. You are not behind. Every step has been accounted for. Every misstep has been redirected. Even your detours are being woven into the design. Even the seasons where you felt lost were part of the preparation. There is no wasted time in the hands of the eternal. And now everything is converging. Everything is turning. Everything is moving in accordance with what God said. Let your posture be stillness. Let your movement be intention. Let your energy align with the end, not the fear. You are not manifesting as a desperate seeker. You are revealing as a divine heir. The plan is not outside of you waiting to appear. It is inside of you waiting to be embodied. So hold fast, stand firm, speak boldly, feel deeply, and trust completely, because the plan is already in motion. And the moment you say yes with your whole being, you will realize it was never waiting for you to be worthy. It was waiting for you to know you already are. The plan is not fragile. It is not something that can be disrupted by a missed opportunity or a wrong turn. It is not hanging in the balance waiting for perfection. It is rooted in eternity, steady beneath the changing winds of your life. When God said, prepare for the final plan, He wasn't commanding a scramble. He was inviting stillness. He was saying, come into alignment with what is already yours. Come out of striving. Come into knowing. Every breath you take with awareness of the promise is preparation. Every thought you bring into obedience with truth is building the path beneath your feet. Every act of faith, no matter how quiet, sends a ripple into creation. You are not waiting for power, you are power. You are not waiting for confirmation, you are the confirmation. The fact that you heard the instruction is proof that it is time. God does not speak prematurely. The word always arrives pregnant with fulfillment. So now you must train your awareness. You must become the steward of your own state of being. You must decide moment by moment that you are not moved by what you see, but by what you know. The things around you may scream no, but your spirit whispers yes, and that whisper is stronger than all the noise of the world. Your preparation is in how you respond to the unseen more than the seen. It's in how you protect the truth inside you when the facts around you contradict it. You will be tempted to adjust your belief to match your surroundings, but this is where you rise. This is where you hold to the vision so fiercely that it begins to shape your world rather than your world shaping you. You are not a reporter of life's conditions, you are a creator of them. Your agreement with God is your most powerful tool. It is not passive consent, it is the force of creation itself. To agree with the word is to build the unseen into form. You prepare by seeing it done, not as a wish, but as a state. You live in the fulfillment. You rest there. You breathe from it. You move with the confidence of one who has already arrived. That is not arrogance, it is alignment. You are not trying to convince yourself. You are remembering what is already true. The more deeply you remember, the more clearly it begins to manifest around you. Let this become your way of life, to enter the day as one who has already received, to meet each moment with the quiet joy of knowing that all is unfolding in divine rhythm. You don't beg the sun to rise, it rises. You don't plead for air to fill your lungs, it flows. So why then would the plan for your life be any different? The same order that governs the universe governs your promise. The same divine intelligence that created the stars has orchestrated your steps. There is no guesswork in the mind of God. Let go of the timeline, let go of the how. That is not your part. Your part is agreement. Your part is to enter the state, to live from the fulfillment so completely that delay becomes irrelevant and manifestation becomes inevitable. You do not bring things to pass by force. You draw them forth by frequency. And the highest frequency is gratitude for what already is. So be grateful now, not for what's coming, but for what is. Even if your eyes can't see it, your spirit can. And when you give thanks for what your spirit sees, you become an open vessel through which heaven flows into earth. Your life becomes a landing strip for miracles, not because you chased them, but because you became one with the reality where they already exist. This is not new teaching, this is ancient truth, this is the way the kingdom operates. The seed is not sown and then doubted, it is sown and then expected. It is watered with praise, guarded with silence, protected from weeds of fear, and in time, in divine time, it breaks the soil and reveals what has always been hidden. But you must prepare as if the seed has already sprouted. You must act as if the harvest is certain. Doubt may try to enter, but you are not obligated to accept it. Fear may knock, but you are not required to open the door. Every time you say no to fear and yes to faith, you are building. Every time you say yes to the word and no to the world, you are preparing. This is a daily discipline, a sacred rhythm, and you will not always feel it, but the preparation is not about feelings, it's about state. It's about holding the inner posture that says, I know, I trust, I receive. You are not preparing for something outside of you to finally happen. You are preparing to remember that it has already happened in spirit, that the moment you received the word, it began, that every day since has been part of the unfolding. Even the days that felt dry, empty, chaotic, those were still days of preparation, still part of the process, because your life is not random, your steps are not aimless. You are being led by a wisdom that sees the whole picture, not just the part you're in now. So yield to the knowing, yield to the grace, yield to the truth that does not waver with the weather of circumstance. Let every part of you become a reflection of the reality you believe in. Let your voice echo the end. Let your actions embody the finished work. You are not waiting for the word to become true. It is true. You are only aligning with its reality. Speak now as one who holds the answer. Speak now as one who carries divine authority. Speak not from need, but from knowing. You are not reaching for what's missing, you are revealing what's been hidden. And the more you speak from the end, the faster it takes shape. You are preparing a space, not just with your hands, but with your imagination, with your conviction, with your trust. And trust is not the absence of questions. Trust is the decision to stay rooted even when you don't have all the answers. It is the quiet certainty that says, even in silence, he speaks. Even in stillness, he moves. You don't need to feel the plan every moment to know it's working. You only need to return to the state of fulfillment, the state of rest, the state of inner agreement. When people ask, what are you doing? You don't need to explain. You are preparing, you are aligning, you are becoming, and soon what was unseen will be undeniable. Not because you chased it, but because you believed it. Because you dared to live from the end when others only waited for beginnings. You are not going to miss what was meant for you, but you must become the version of yourself who can hold it. That's what this preparation is for. It is not punishment, it is promotion. It is refinement. It is the sacred space between the promise and the presentation. And how you handle this space will determine how long you stay in it. So handle it with reverence, with joy, with expectancy. Let your daily life reflect the weight of the word. Let your decisions reflect the confidence of one who already possesses, because in the Spirit you do. In the Spirit it is finished, and you are simply walking into what was already settled long before you asked. There is nothing random about the timing, nothing off about the season. All things are converging now. The time has come to step into alignment, fully, completely, without hesitation. Let no voice talk you out of what God has already spoken into you. Let no delay deceive you into thinking the plan has changed. The plan is perfect, the plan is working, and the plan is calling you higher. Now you must answer, not with noise, but with being, with becoming, with standing in the fulfillment so fully that even time must bow to your faith. Because faith does not follow time. Faith governs it. Faith collapses it. Faith walks on water when the natural says sink. And you are not walking by what's natural, you are walking by what is divine. Prepare then as if it is done. Speak as if it is done. Move as if it is done. And soon everything around you will have no choice but to reflect the truth you have carried all along. That the final plan was never future tense, it was always now. So now stand as one who knows, not one who is searching, not one who is pleading, but one who remembers. Walk not in haste, but in holy certainty. What was spoken over you is already alive within you. What was promised is already formed in the unseen, waiting only for your agreement, your alignment, your embodiment. This is the hour, this is the summons, this is the unveiling. The plan is not waiting. You are the final plan. And it is time. 3 days. That is the word, that is the time, that is the moment appointed. 3 days, the same span that changed everything, from death to life, from darkness to light, from despair to resurrection. And so now the trumpet sounds again. A mystery is unfolding, a divine countdown set in motion not by man, but by the hand of the Almighty. You see, there are no coincidences in the economy of God. Nothing just happens. Everything is appointed, everything has a season, and every moment echoes with eternal purpose. And now we stand at the edge of a sacred threshold. What is coming is not ordinary, it is prophetic. It is a convergence, a shaking yes, but also a revealing. The Lord is not silent. He is not absent. He is not absent. He is not passive. The Spirit is speaking clearly, urgently, precisely, and the voice cries out, 3 days. In the pattern of Scripture, 3 days is never just a number. It is always a sign. It was 3 days that Esther fasted before the king opened the door. It was 3 days that Jonah spent in the belly of the great fish before he was released to his calling. It was 3 days of blindness for Saul before he was transformed into Paul. And it was on the 3rd day that the stone rolled away and everything changed. And now once again we are brought to that sacred count. Within these next 3 days, align your heart. The Lord is separating. The Lord is revealing. The Lord is overturning the tables. What has been hidden will be exposed. What has been broken will be confronted. What has been withheld will be released. But hear this, the window will not remain open forever. As it was in the days of Noah, the door was open until it was not. So it is again. You are being called urgently to turn, to repent, to prepare, to be found not in the noise of this world, but in the stillness of His presence. The systems of this age are trembling. The idols are falling, the foundations are being tested. And the Spirit says, what I have spoken, I will perform. What I have promised, I will fulfill. but you must be ready. The next 3 days are not random, they are divine. Watch the signs, listen closely. He will speak through the wind. He will whisper in the storm. He will thunder through the silence. And those who have ears to hear, they will understand. Do not fear the shaking, do not fear the turning, for it is not wrath that is coming, but mercy dressed as urgency, grace clothed in fire, a wake-up call to the sleeping, a beacon to the wandering, a moment of divine intervention. 3 days. This is your warning, this is your calling, this is your window. Prepare the way, for the Lord is about to move. The number is not a symbol alone, it is an appointment. It is not born of man's calendar or crafted from religious tradition, it is sealed in the courts of heaven. When God speaks a time, it is not suggestion, it is decree. And when he marks a span of 3 days, something sacred is about to cross the threshold of the natural and break into the world of men. Do you sense it? The stirring beneath the surface, the trembling under your feet? The atmosphere is charged, heaven is leaning close, the veil is thinner than ever, and the Spirit is brooding over the deep once more. Just as he did in the beginning, when the earth was formless and void, so now he hovers again, waiting for the word to be spoken, for the light to break forth, for the darkness to scatter. Not a delay, but a countdown. There are things God does in silence. There are preparations made in secret. And when he brings them forth, it is sudden. A suddenly that shifts destinies. A suddenly that redefines history. Do not mistake silence for absence. He has been moving all along, in the shadows, in the stillness, in the waiting. But now the clock is turning, just as it was in Egypt when the final plague came. For 9 times Pharaoh hardened his heart. For 9 times Egypt was shaken. But it was on the threshold of that final moment that God spoke to Moses, and he gave a time. In 3 days I will pass through the land. And in 3 days the judgment fell and deliverance rose. The blood on the doorposts marked the distinction. And the Lord passed over his people. So now again he is calling his people to mark the doorposts of their lives, not with ritual but with readiness, not with fear but with faith. He is saying, set yourself apart, purify your heart, come out from among them, prepare the way of the Lord. In 3 days decisions will be sealed, paths will be revealed, some doors will shut and not reopen, others will swing wide with divine favor. But you must be positioned, you must be awake, you must be found watching, not slumbering in the comfort of complacency, but standing in the alertness of the Spirit. This is not the time for distraction. This is not the hour for compromise. Do not give your strength to what cannot save you. Do not pour your oil into cracked vessels. The midnight cry is approaching, and only those with oil in their lamps will rise to meet the bridegroom. He is warning because he loves. He is shaking because he is merciful. He is uprooting not to destroy but to plant again, stronger, purer, truer. That's what he said. It is not a suggestion. It is not open-ended. It is a prophetic decree. And we must respond, because the response will determine what comes next. The window is narrow, the time is holy, the next 3 days are an altar. What you place upon it will echo far beyond this moment. It will touch generations. It will move the unseen. It will either become the place of breakthrough or the place of bypass. In 3 days he split the sea for Moses. In 3 days he gave courage to Esther. In 3 days he humbled Saul and raised up Paul. In 3 days he shook the heavens for Elijah and brought down fire. And in 3 days he broke the curse of sin and death, tore the veil, shattered the tomb, and rose in glory. So what do you think he cannot do in your life in 3 days? He is able, he is willing, but he is waiting for your yes. The next 3 days are a divine threshold. You can either step over it or stay behind it. but you cannot do both. You cannot hold on to the past and embrace the future at once. You cannot drink from the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons. You cannot stand at the edge of destiny and shrink back into delay. The time has come to choose, and not in the shallow way of words, but in the depth of surrender. These days are not for spectators, they are for participators in the purposes of God. He is searching the earth, not for the most talented, but the most surrendered. Not for the loudest, but the purest. Not for the ones who know everything, but for the ones who are willing to obey anything. The winds are shifting, the old systems are crumbling, and he is raising up voices, not from palaces, but from wildernesses, not from institutions, but from secret places. People who have been hidden, people who have wrestled with God in the night, people who have no agenda but His glory. In the next 3 days, the Lord will begin to uncover the hidden ones. He will begin to expose what has been rotting beneath polished exteriors. He will begin to ignite fires in places that have long been cold. He will begin to speak dreams in the night and confirm them in the day. Some of you will weep without knowing why, because the Spirit is drawing near. Some of you will wake at strange hours, because heaven is stirring your spirit. Some of you will be led to release things, relationships, habits, comfort zones, because God is making room for the new. This is not about religion, this is not about tradition, this is about encounter. The living God is drawing near. He is not a concept, He is not a theory, He is the I am, the same yesterday, today, and forever. And He is coming to reveal Himself again, not just in churches, but in the streets, in the homes, in the hearts of those who will receive Him. Do not harden your heart. Do not delay your obedience. There is a cost to hesitation. There is a consequence to apathy. Lot's wife lingered, and she turned to salt. The rich young ruler hesitated and walked away grieving. But those who obey without delay, they walk into glory. These 3 days are not only a countdown, they are a covenant. He is offering an exchange. Your ashes for beauty, your mourning for joy, your heaviness for praise. But the exchange only happens on the altar. And the altar must be built in your heart. Tear down the idols. Tear down the compromise. Tear down the excuses. Make space for His fire to fall. Because it will. The Lord is not playing games. He is not suggesting, He is commanding. Not from arrogance, but from love. Because He knows what's coming. Because He sees what you cannot. Because He has already gone before you and made a way, but you must walk in it. What? Wait. Listen. Move when He says move. Speak when He says speak. Be still when He says be still. There are assignments about to be released, scrolls unsealed, strategies downloaded, alignments formed, chains broken, mantles passed, and destinies awakened. He is calling you out of the shallow and into the deep, out of convenience and into covenant, out of lukewarm safety and into burning surrender. And in 3 days the line will be drawn. Those who step across it will never be the same. They will carry a fire that cannot be quenched. They will walk in a boldness not born of man. They will see miracles, not because they chased signs, but because they carried the presence. There is no more time to waste. There is no more time to pretend. The kingdoms of this world are trembling, and the kingdom of our God is rising. The King is not coming to fit into your schedule. He is coming to take over, to rule, to reign, to reclaim what is His. You were born for this hour. You were chosen for this moment. 3 days. What will you do with them? He already knows, but do you? Because what He said will happen, will happen. And when it does, may you be found not hiding, not wandering, not sleeping, but ready. You must understand, this is not a warning for fear's sake. This is a call to awaken. Heaven is not in panic, heaven is not shaken, but heaven is moving, and when heaven moves, the earth feels it. Creation groans, the wind shifts, the spirit realm stirs, and now the voice of the Lord resounds again, not through thunder, but through the whisper that breaks mountains and divides seas. What is set in motion cannot be undone. The word has gone forth, the decree has left his lips, and it will not return void. He is watching over it to perform it. It is already unfolding. In realms you cannot see, in atmospheres you cannot control, in dimensions beyond flesh and blood. The natural world is a shadow, the real war is unseen, but the unseen is about to manifest. That which has been hidden is coming to light. That which has been delayed is being accelerated. That which has been bound is being released. He is the God of the turnaround. He is the God of the suddenly. He is the God who speaks into the tomb and commands the dead to rise. He is the God who doesn't wait for perfect conditions, he creates them. And he is about to create a moment that shifts your entire story. But you must be aligned. Alignment precedes assignment. Consecration precedes manifestation. You cannot walk in resurrection power if you're still clinging to the grave clothes of your past. He is speaking even now to those who will listen. Lay it down. Let it go. Return to me. He is confronting idols, not just the golden ones built with hands, but the subtle ones. The idol of comfort, the idol of control, the idol of opinion, the idol of self. The things we defend, the things we justify, the things we hide behind. In 3 days, the light of God will pierce the shadows of many hearts, and when the light comes, it exposes, not to shame, but to heal, not to condemn, but to cleanse, not to tear down, but to rebuild on rock that cannot be shaken. Some of you have been standing at the edge of breakthrough for years, circling the same mountain, asking the same questions, waiting for a sign. This is your sign. The delay is ending, but the cost remains. God is not looking for a convenient yes. He is looking for a complete surrender. He cannot fill what is already full. He cannot lead where he is not Lord. He cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. The time for partial obedience has ended. The time for lukewarm devotion has passed. The days of borrowed fire are over. The oil must be your own. The altar must be personal. The sacrifice must be pure. In the next 3 days, he will confront your priorities. He will test your affections. He will shake what can be shaken, so that what cannot be shaken will remain. And what will remain? Faith that has been refined like gold. Hearts that burn with holy fire, eyes that see beyond the temporal, voices that speak only what he says, feet that walk where he leads, even if the path leads through fire, because in the fire he reveals himself. It was in the fire that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego found him walking beside them. It was in the fire that the bonds were burnt off. It was in the fire that the truth was declared. There is no other God who can deliver like this. And now the fire is coming again, not to destroy, but to purify, not to consume, but to consecrate, not to punish, but to prepare. He is separating wheat from chaff. He is dividing soul from spirit. He is marking those who belong to him. The seal of the Lord is being pressed into the hearts of the surrendered. And those who carry his seal will walk in authority, not the authority of men, not titles, not platforms, but the authority that comes from intimacy, from walking with him in the cool of the day, from kneeling in secret, from obeying in silence. You will not need to announce yourself. His presence will go before you. You will not need to strive. His Spirit will confirm you. You will not need to defend your calling. He will vindicate you. But you must be found in the secret place, because in the next 3 days, decisions are being made in heaven. Books are being opened, scrolls are being released, And the question is not, will God move? The question is, will you be part of what He's doing? Many will miss it, not because they were evil, but because they were distracted. Not because they hated God, but because they loved comfort more. The invitation is extended, the table is set, but only those who respond will taste what He's prepared. And for those who do, oh, the glory that awaits, the encounters, the intimacy, the signs and wonders, not for show, but for souls, miracles that restore families, words of knowledge that unlock destinies, dreams that reveal blueprints, and a harvest unlike anything this generation has seen. But the vessel must be clean, the heart must be yielded, the soul must be still. He is not coming to visit, He is coming to dwell, and where He dwells, nothing remains the same. Barrenness becomes fruitfulness, ashes become beauty, chains become testimonies. This is the moment before the rain. This is the silence before the sound. This is the whisper before the roar. And for those who hear it, for those who heed it, for those who prepare their hearts, what is coming will be glory upon glory. But for those who dismiss it, for those who say maybe later, for those who cling to their idols, what is coming will shake everything they trusted in. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot walk two roads. You cannot carry His glory while bowing to the systems of this world. The Lord is drawing a line in the sand, not to punish, but to purify, not to divide, but to reveal. Because it was always about the heart, always about the bride made ready. And she will be ready. She will rise radiant. She will shine like the dawn. She will move not in fear, but in authority. She will stand not in arrogance, but in brokenness made whole. She will love not with human love, but with divine compassion. Because she will know her bridegroom, she will have oil in her lamp, she will have fire in her bones, she will have truth in her mouth. And when the shout comes at midnight, she will not be found sleeping, she will rise. You are that bride, you are that voice, you are that vessel. But the question remains, will you be ready in 3 days? Because what God has spoken, He will do. And when it happens, may you be found not wondering what could have been, but walking in what He ordained before the foundations of the world. 3 days. He said it. It will happen. 3 days. That is the appointed time. Not a suggestion, not an impression, a declaration from the throne. And when the Almighty speaks, creation bows, time responds, and eternity leans in. The clocks of heaven and earth begin to align, and those who walk in the Spirit begin to feel the weight of a coming glory, a glory that cannot be delayed and cannot be denied. The earth is trembling because the Lord is drawing near. There is a stirring in the heavens, a movement in the spirit realm, an urgency in the air, and yet many still sleep. Many still cling to the illusion of normal, the comfort of routine, the safety of what has always been. But there is no more normal. There is no going back. The bridge behind you is burning. The path before you is opening, and the Lord is standing at the threshold calling your name, not as a judge, but as a lover, not as a master demanding labor, but as a father yearning for the return of his child. 3 days. That is all. For some it will be the breaking of dawn. For others it will be the setting of the sun. The same wind that parts the sea for one will bring it crashing down for another. The same fire that purifies will also consume. The difference will not be in the wind or the fire, but in the heart that receives it. He is drawing near, and His nearness is not always gentle. It overturns tables, it exposes motives, it shatters illusions, it confronts pride, it dismantles facades, but only to make room for what is real, for what is holy, for what is eternal. He is not impressed with appearances. He is not swayed by eloquence. He is not moved by show. He is moved by hunger, by tears shed in secret, by whispered prayers in the middle of the night, by hearts that say, "Whatever it takes, Lord, not my will, but yours." And to those hearts, he will come. He'll come like the rushing wind in the upper room. He will come like the still small voice on the mountain. He will come like rain on the dry ground, like oil on the barren altar. He will come to heal, to restore, to resurrect. But he will also come to refine, to sift, to prune, because only the surrendered can carry the sacred. Only the emptied can be filled. Only the broken can reveal the beauty of the potter's hand. This is not the time to argue over doctrine. This is not the time to measure opinions. This is the time to fall on your face, to rend your heart and not your garments, to cry out between the porch and the altar, "Spare your people, O Lord," because the hour is critical. The gates are open, the Spirit is hovering, and the voice of the Lord is thundering. Though few perceive it, 3 days, he has said it, and he is not a man that he should lie. He is not slow in keeping his promises, but he moves according to the counsel of his will, and his will is now in motion. You must understand, this is not just about your breakthrough. It's not just about your miracle. This is bigger. This is kingdom. This is harvest. This is about nations, about generations, about destinies written in the scrolls of heaven long before you were born. And now you stand on the edge of their fulfillment. What will you do? Will you hesitate at the water's edge like the children of Israel, or will you step in like Joshua and see the river part? Will you hide in the cave like Elijah, or will you stand on the mountain and hear his voice? Will you sleep like the 5 foolish virgins, or will you be found with oil trimmed and ready at the sound of his coming? He is giving you 3 days to come back, not just in word, but in spirit and in truth. Lay down the distractions. Put aside the noise. Silence the voices that pull you away from the narrow road. You were not made for this world. You were not born to blend in. You were not called to comfort. You were called to glory, to fire, to the cross and to the crown. There is a commissioning in these 3 days. He is marking messengers, raising up intercessors, awakening prophets, anointing evangelists, not by human standards, not with titles or ceremonies, but with his hand, his oil, his authority. You will feel it in your bones. You will feel it in your dreams. You will feel it in the tears you cannot explain, because he is calling you deeper. You have been ankle deep. Some of you have waded to your knees, but now he is calling you to the depths, where your feet can no longer touch the bottom, where you must trust the current of his Spirit, where control is surrendered and faith becomes your compass. The next 3 days are a door. He is the door, and he is inviting you to walk through, not casually, not with 1 foot in and 1 foot out, but with full abandonment. Because on the other side of this obedience, there is a shaking. But for the faithful, the shaking will only reveal what was hidden. The glory will rise. The light will break forth like the dawn. The promises will come alive, and the favor of the Lord will rest upon you like a mantle. You must choose. You must move. You must act in faith. No more delay, no more excuses, no more postponing your obedience. He is not interested in half-hearted offerings. He is not waiting for your perfection. He is looking for your surrender. The widow with the last jar of oil, she didn't have much, but she poured it. The boy with 5 loaves and 2 fish, he didn't know the plan, but he gave it. The woman with the alabaster jar, she didn't wait for permission, she broke it. Now it's your turn. Why will you pour? What will you give? What will you break before him? Because the altar is being rebuilt, not of stones made by man, but of hearts yielded in secret. That is where the fire falls. That is where the glory comes. And when it comes, everything changes. The things that tormented you for years will lose their grip. The prayers that felt like whispers in the wind will suddenly thunder in the heavens. The dreams that lay dormant will begin to stir and stretch and breathe again, because the breath of God is coming. The same breath that hovered over the waters in the beginning. The same breath that filled Adam's lungs with life. The same breath that raised Jesus from the grave. It is coming again, not to visit, but to dwell, not to inspire, but to ignite, not to suggest, but to send. You were not saved to sit. You were not redeemed to be silent. You were not delivered to disappear. You were born for this moment. He placed you here, He chose you, He appointed you to bear fruit. Fruit that remains. But first you must abide. First you must remain. First you must respond. 3 days. And what is written will unfold. It cannot be stopped. But you still have a choice. And what you do in this moment will echo far beyond it. He is calling your name. Not like the crowd, not like the world, but like the gardener who stood outside the tomb and whispered, Mary. He is calling you back to that garden, back to the place of intimacy, back to the first love, back to the voice that still walks in the cool of the day, asking, where are you? Not because he doesn't know, but because he longs for your presence. He is not after your performance. He is after your heart. And if he has your heart, he will have your words. He will have your days. He will have your yes. And through that yes, he will move. He will shake the heavens. He will rend the veil. He will thunder from Zion. He will make a way in the wilderness. And those who once wandered will find home again. Because this is not the end. It is the beginning of something holy, something unshakable, something eternal. 3 days. That is what he said. And it is already unfolding. There is a trembling happening in the unseen. Not a fear-driven shaking, but a holy trembling. A trembling of the ground before a great arrival. A trembling of foundations making room for something weightier, more glorious than what came before. The angels know it. The heavens are stirring. The enemy senses it and is scrambling. And those who have ears to hear, they too are rising with a soundless urgency in their spirit. Something is being birthed, but birthing always comes with labor. Birthing always comes with groaning, with pressing, with pain. And what has been delayed is now coming to the surface. You felt it, the heaviness, the intensity, the strange mix of anticipation and pressure. It is not random. It is the ache of destiny. It is the contraction before the delivery. It is the signal that the time is near. And he says again, 3 days. 3 days to lay down the distractions that have dulled your spirit. 3 days to silence the noise that has crowded out his voice. 3 days to tear down the altars built to other loves. 3 days to cleanse your eyes and anoint them with oil, so that you may see again, not as man sees, but as heaven sees. Because when he moves, he does not wait for your comfort. He does not wait for your convenience. He does not wait for you to feel ready. He moves when the appointed time arrives. And the time is now. This is a divine interruption, a holy confrontation, a sacred shaking. He is confronting the idols of culture, the idols of performance, fame, pleasure, independence, image, the things that have been tolerated in the name of relevance, but have robbed the church of its power. He is calling his people back, not just in voice, but in power, not just in attendance, but in surrender, not just in tradition, but in truth. And in 3 days, you will see the first wave rise. You will see those who have been hidden begin to emerge, not by force, but by fire, not by marketing, but by mandate. They won't come with polished words, but with words that pierce. They won't echo trends, they will thunder with the sound of heaven. They won't be driven by applause, but by obedience. They will move in authority because they've been with him in the secret place. They've eaten the scroll, they've wept between porch and altar, they've been refined in the wilderness, and now their time is coming. And so is yours. But you must decide. You must come out from among them. You must shake the dust of delay from your feet. You must burn the backup plan and step into full trust. Because these 3 days are an invitation, but not everyone will accept it. Some will mock it, some will minimize it, some will sleep through it. And yet, those who respond will rise. They will step into the current of God's move, and they will not be carried by opinion, but by the Spirit. They will not bend under pressure, but stand in fire. And they will not fear the days ahead, because they are not walking in their own strength. He is releasing strategies from heaven. Strategies for families, for finances, for ministries, for cities. Keys that unlock doors that no man can shut. Blueprints written before time, now handed to those who have emptied their hands of lesser pursuits. But you must have clean hands and a pure heart. You must ascend the hill of the Lord, not in pretense, not in pride, but in repentance. He is not asking for perfection. He is asking for surrender. The kind of surrender that says, even if I don't understand, I'll still go. Even if I don't feel qualified, I'll still say yes. And if it costs me everything, I will not turn back. That is the kind of heart he will trust with the fire of this next move. Because this is not a revival for entertainment. This is not a performance revival. This is a revival that will break chains in prisons. This is a revival that will empty out brothels. This is a revival that will burn in schoolyards, boardrooms, living rooms, and jail cells. This is a revival that will not be led by celebrities, but by the consecrated. Those who wept when no one was watching. Those who stayed when others walked away. Those who dug wells in dry places and waited for the rain. The rain is coming, but only those who've prepared the ground will receive it. 3 days, and there will be a separation.